Good morning, students. Myself, Muhammad Wahid, working as a lecturer in civil engineering, SRRS Government Polytechnic Sirsilla. So today we have chosen theodolite surveying from the advanced surveying subject or a course. So in the previous classes, what we have discussed is, what do you mean by a horizontal angle? When we call this horizontal angle as a interior angle, and when we call this as a exterior angle, and how to measure this horizontal angle by repetition method and reiteration method. So we have seen all these in the previous our video lecture. Today our main objective of today's video lecture class is, what you are going to learn after this video lecture is how to measure the vertical angle. Next, measurement of angle of elevation, measurement of angle of depression, setting out angle using theodolite. Now what do you mean by measurement of vertical angle? The angle which is measured between two lines which is in vertical plane, So while measuring the angle in vertical plane, if the angle is measured above the line of sight, we call it as what? Angle of elevation. And below the line of sight, we call that measurement as angle of depression. Now setting out angle using theodolite. Now where we use this setting out of the angle using theodolite is in the construction field while marking up the columns. We will be using this, and while marking up the curve of a road, we will be using this one, that is deflection angle method, Rankine's deflection angle method. We are going to study in the next curves chapter. Okay. Next, what do you mean by a traverse? What do you mean by a traverse? A series of connected survey lines is nothing but a traverse. In this we'll be seeing what are the types of traverse. Okay. Next, stages of conducting the traverse, methods of traverse. Okay. Next, what do you mean by a vertical angle? First of all, before going to learn how to measure the vertical angle, first of all one should know what do you mean by a vertical angle, right? Now here, when two lines are meeting in a vertical plane, what do you mean by vertical plane? Our walls are a vertical plane. Our blackboard in a classroom is a vertical plane. What we stand parallel to is a vertical plane. What we walk is on a horizontal plane. All these you are supposed to know what do you mean difference between vertical plane and horizontal plane. And the angle between them is called as vertical angle. Okay. And as I said you, how these angles are measured with the help of a vertical plate or vertical circle, you are going to study now. In a theodolite you will be having a horizontal circle and a vertical circle. Now what do you mean by horizontal circle? It is used in the measurement of horizontal angles. Vertical circle is used in the measurement of vertical angles. Am I right? Now here the only difference is, in case of horizontal circle you will be having vernier A and vernier B. Whereas in case of a vertical circle, you will be having vernier C and vernier D. And one more difference is, in the horizontal circle, what you will be having? You will be having whole circle bearing system. Whereas in a vertical circle, you will be having quadrantal bearing system, which is also known as reduced bearing system. Okay, reduced bearing system. Now see, as I discussed you, suppose if I try to draw here, if I fix the instrument at point O, if it is a line of sight above the angle which is measured is nothing but angle of elevation, and if it is our instrument and this is line of sight, below the angle it is measured as a angle of depression. Okay, angle of elevation and angle of depression, you should know what are these different things, right? Next we'll see now measurement of vertical angles by theodolite. Let O be the point where instrument is to be kept. Okay, as I said you, I will try to draw the figure like this. Okay, this is our ground level. Okay, now let O be the instrument station and P and Q is the object. Say this may be of a ranging rod. Okay, this may be ranging rod. Next, set up the theodolite over O and complete the temporary adjustments using accurately with the help of altitude bubble tube. Now what are these temporary adjustments? There are 3 stages: setting, leveling and elimination of parallax. Okay, what do you mean by setting? You already know that fixing up the tripod leg on the station point O, okay, and removing the theodolite from the box and fixing up the instrument on the tripod stand. Later on, what you are going to do, you have to use the foot screws to make it leveling. After that, elimination of parallax by focusing the eyepiece and focusing the object glass. Now here accurately with the help of altitude bubble means the top bubble, you will be having a plate bubble and altitude bubble. Altitude bubble should be leveled perfectly because we are taking the vertical angles. Okay, that is the reason. Next, now here in a vertical circle, as I said you will be having 2 verniers, vernier C and vernier D. You make vernier C and vernier D and 0 such that your telescope will be horizontal. Okay, now if you remember the figure which I shown previously, that is OQP. Okay, O is the instrument point and this one. Okay, this one, O is the instrument point and Q and P. Now what you do is, after making all the temporary adjustments, what you have to do, you have to sight point Q, means top of your ranging rod, and take the readings, main scale readings and vernier C and D. What you are getting finally is angle of elevation. Angle of elevation. Okay, how to do? You will be having vernier clamp. See, I am using clamp and tangent. What is the purpose of clamp? Clamp is for approximate bisection, whereas tangent is for exact bisection. Okay, now by using the approximate clamp, you approximately bisect Q by raising the telescope and tight the clamp. Vernier clamp is to be, vertical clamp is to be tightened. Later on, you use the tangent screw and exactly bisect and take the reading, main scale reading and vernier C and vernier D. Now next later, you lose the clamp. Next sight to point Q. You have to sight point Q. Again tight it, bisect exactly by using the tangent screw, then you take the main scale reading and vernier scale C and vernier D. Thus you will be getting angle of elevation and angle of depression. Now what next? This is called angle of elevation and angle of depression, as I said you. Now enter the readings both in proforma. Whatever the proforma we used in case of measurement of horizontal angle by repetition and reiteration, they are both same. Instead of vernier A, you have to write vernier C. Instead of vernier B, you have to write vernier D. Now here also you are supposed to perform face left condition and face right condition. Okay. Change the face of the instrument and repeat the procedure as explained. Means, what do you mean by face left condition? Face left condition is nothing but the vertical circle is towards the left side of the observer, and if the vertical circle is towards the right side of the observer, we call this as a face right condition, and the readings taken from them are face right observations. Now you, after completing both face left and face right, you take average of them, add average of two readings. This is called POQ readings, the average of face left and face right to get further accurate angle. So this is regarding the measurement of vertical angle. In that we have covered what do you mean by measurement of what? Angle of elevation, angle of depression. Next we go for setting out angle using the theodolite. Okay. Now here this method is adapted for transferring the angles onto the ground to establish the required stations or points. As I said you, transferring the angles to the ground means where we use this one? In case of suppose if my road is like this, if my road is like this and I want to change the alignment, for that what I am going? I am going for curve. For that I can go for this angle. Okay, this angle will be taken, that angle is to be cut. Next, in case of a building, what you have to go for a columns. Okay, you will be going for what? Columns. Column marking should be done on the ground itself, right? So we are transferring it on the ground. On the ground itself we are going to transfer. For that reason we are supposed to use all these things. Okay. Next example, setting out 30 degrees 45 minutes 20 seconds. Now how to set? Suppose, up to my knowledge, this is my instrument point. Let I consider this as a O. With reference to P, okay, if I keep the instrument here with reference to P, I have to establish a point whose angle is how much? Whose angle is 30 degrees 45 minutes 20 seconds. That is the thing you are supposed to do. Okay. Now how to do? You keep the instrument at point O, make all the temporary adjustments. After all, what you have to do? You bring your horizontal vernier A 0 on the main scale reading where it reads 30 degrees 45 minutes 20 seconds. 30 degrees 45 minutes 20 seconds. But see here, the main scale reading least count may be 20 minutes. The main scale reading may be 20 minutes. In that situation, how to do this one? What you have to do is the 0 should be at 30 degrees 40 minutes of the main scale reading, and you have to ensure such that the 5 minutes reading should be on the point itself. Okay, so approximately you are supposed to do. Okay, Now as I said you, how to do this one is, set up the theodolite on the required point from which the given station or point is to be set up. Okay. After that, you complete the temporary adjustments. Next, bring the verniers to 0 and the clamp the lower clamp screw firmly. After that, you adjust the required reading. How to adjust the required reading? For that, the readings to be changed, the upper clamp screw should be loosened and bring the vernier A0 to coincide with the mean scale reading at 30 degrees, 45 minutes and 20 seconds by using the tangent screw. Next, after reaching the reading, you clamp it and ask the person who is holding the ranging rod to move based upon the angle obtained with your telescope. Means from say for example point P. From point P, say for example towards right side it is showing an angle. So ask the person to move either right or left based upon the bisection with your telescope. After that, place the desired point in the direction with the help of a telescope and a ranging rod. Okay. Thus, you can complete the point. Right? You can get the angle, but at what distance you are supposed to fix, it depends again on the tape measurement. Okay. With reference to OP, fix a point at a distance of 10 meters with an angle of 30 degrees, 45 minutes, 20 seconds. So, in that 30 degrees, 45 minutes, 20 seconds, that line, you measure 10 meters and keep the ranging rod. Thus, you can fix the point on the ground itself. Okay. Next, we'll go for the traverse. What do you mean by a traverse? A series of connected survey lines is nothing but a traverse. That may be a closed traverse or open traverse. Okay. So see here, a traverse consists of several sides or lines connected each other continuously like this. A, B, C, D, E, A, like that. Types. What are the types of traverses? Closed traverse and open traverse. Now, if the first and last point meets on the same station, that is nothing but a closed traverse. And if the first and last point do not meet on the same station, it is open traverse. Okay. So these are the figures. Point P, Q, R, S, T, again it is closing at point P. It is what? Closed traverse. Whereas, if you see the figure 3, M, N, O, P, Q, but Q to M it is not there. It is open traverse. Okay. Next, stages of conducting traverse means how you will be conducting a traverse. First, you have to go for reconnaissance. What do you mean by reconnaissance survey? Before starting or fixing up the instrument on the site itself, first you have to go walk through the area where you are supposed to survey. In which area you are going to survey, you have to walk through it before directly starting with the instrument. Next, you have to tentatively mark the station points where you are going to keep the instrument in the further coming survey. Okay, that is nothing but choosing up the control points. That is selection and marking of the stations. Next, running of survey lines, locating the details, booking the field notes, measuring the distance preferably with the steel tape. So So these are the stages you are supposed to do. Means first you have to walk through the area what you are going to do the survey lines. You have to fix the stations. You measure the distance from each station to station and ensure that from each station you have to see the preceding station and succeeding station. Okay. Means point A, if you are standing at point A, point E should be visible and point B should be visible. Like that you have to select the stations, and you running of the survey lines means you have to measure it. Beside those lines you have to take all the details and you book the field notes and measure the distance by using steel tape. Okay. There are many methods of conducting the traverse surveying. So one is direct observation of angles between the successive survey lines. This is a general practice what we done with your compass surveying also. Okay. Next, direct observation of bearings of a survey lines. Okay. We'll see what is this direct observation of angles between successive survey lines. Okay. In this, we'll be having two methods, interior angle and excluded angle. Traversing by the method of included angle, for example. Next, traversing by the method of direct angles. Traversing by the method of deflection angles. These are the three methods from the angles. We'll see what is what. Okay. Right. First, traversing by the method of included angle. This method is used where greater accuracy is required. If the particular surveying project is very important, in that cases you are supposed to go for this method. What is involved in this method? Included angles of successive stations are measured by taking variance of previous lines and latter. Okay. How? You can measure the included angles from the bearings known. If you remember your compass surveying, included angles from bearings from included angles, like that you have some topics, right? So here also that holds good here. Continue the same procedure at other stations. Measure the distance simultaneously. Means already tentatively in the reconnaissance survey itself we have chosen the stations. From that station, each station to station you have to measure the distance directly. Okay. And enter the readings in the proforma. Take the readings with face right for further accuracy. Face left and face right, both conditions. See here especially they have mentioned regarding the face right. Why they have not mentioned face left? In general, normal condition of a telescope of instrument is face left condition only. That is the reason face left, which is also known as a telescope normal. Okay. So specifically they will be mentioning about the face right separately because face left is a normal condition. Now see here, we'll follow the same procedure for the traverse in the anti-clockwise direction. Now I want to explain you one thing before going to direct angles. Here is, suppose if I want to go like this. Now when I am traversing in the anti-clockwise direction, this is what anti-clockwise direction, right? A, B, C, D, E, and again same A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, A. Right? Now what you are going to get in this between? When you are going the traversing in the anti-clockwise direction, this is the direction you are going, you will be getting what? Included angles. You will be getting, means in order to measure the included angles of a traverse, one should run the traverse in anti-clockwise direction. And if you want the excluded angles, go for what? Clockwise direction. Once you do these sort of things in your field only, it will be very experienceable to do things. Okay, so this measurement, okay, backside, foresight. So what you are getting? Angle. So backside, foresight. What you are getting? Angle. Like that. Here foresight, backside, foresight, backside. Like that you will be getting included angle in counterclockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, and excluded angle in case of what? Clockwise direction. That you to keep remember all these things. Okay. Now traversing by the method of direct angles. Yeah, direct angles are which those are measured clockwise from the preceding line to the following line. The following figures are traversed by the direct angles. Now here see. So instrument at A, pick up the point B, you will be getting bearing. Okay. Next key instrument keep at B, right? Next take the backside at A and prefer point C, D, E, like that. What you are getting? Directly you are getting angles. This is one method. This is one more method. Set up the theodolite station A, level it accurately, observe the bearing of a line AB. Set up the theodolite station B, level the theodolite accurately, set vernier A to 0, lose the lower clamp and sight to preceding station. Okay, and bisect station expandingly by slow motion. As I said, you release the upper clamp and rotate the telescope clockwise and bisect the forward direction. C means instrument here at B, you are getting bearing. Next instrument here, make the vernier here 0, side to A, you are getting what? Back bearing. Next, close here, you will be getting what? Forward bearing. Next instrument at BC, take at B the back bearing and D at forward bearing. Like that you are going to conduct. These are the direct angle methods. Okay. Loosen the lower clamp, side to right. Like that you will be doing up to the end point. And in this also you have to read both the verniers, okay, and face left and face right condition also, of course. For what? For greater accuracy. Okay. Next, the mean of the two readings will give the direct angle between ABC. Take the averages of both faces for high accuracy. Okay. And this one is very important. Traversing by the method of deflection angles. Now see here. It is an angle made by a survey line with respect to the extended line of previous line. Means right. What we can do? Okay. Suppose you keep the instrument at B and sight to A, and don't rotate directly like this. Don't rotate like this. Just what you have to do? You have to transit your what? Telescope, plunging, transiting, reversing, whatever you may call, all are same, right? So now actually see here, face of your telescope is in this direction. Means this is object glass and this is mine. By rotating, what happens? The eyepiece will be here itself and your object glass will come here. Now what happens? In the same line, in the opposite. Now you bisect C. You can see the arrow mark. You bisect C. So what you are getting? Left hand side deflection. You have pointed the mark. Okay. Next, go to C. Bisect B, transit the telescope, and you will be getting this line. This dotted line is nothing but after transiting you have long line. And sight D, what you are getting? Right hand side deflection. Means after prolonging, if it is going towards the left side, whatever the angle is measured, that is what? Left hand side deflection. And towards the right side, what is called? Right hand side deflection. If you see exactly, figure will be like this. So angle B dash BC, this is nothing but left hand deflection angle, and C dash CD is nothing but right hand deflection angle. In this way you can perform the things. So we'll see what we have learned in a shortcut manner. Okay, so what we have discussed all about today is what, how we have going to suppose to measure the vertical angle. In that only we have included angle of elevation and angle of depression. Now if you remember your heights and distance topic from your previous classes of your schooling or whatever it may be, we have one topic, heights and distance, where you already used this measurement of vertical angles to find out the height. Am I right? I have evenly used that heights and distance formula, h equals to d tan theta. Like that, this theodolite not only used for measurement of vertical angles directly, but indirectly in order to find out the height of an object which is in vertical plane can also be measured. Okay, and setting out angle using theodolite, which is very important, as I mentioned you earlier, is while aligning the road, means while setting out the curve of a road. What do you mean by curve of a road? Suppose the alignment as the road has to be changed, means due to some circumstances like some historical place being there, some temple or mosque being there on the road, when you are aligning, what you have to do, all those places cannot be ignored, means cannot be removed directly because of being a historical terms like that. For that reason a diversion is needed. Okay, in those situations only we are going to change our alignment. While changing the alignment, we cannot go directly like this. Means for example, if the road is going like this, okay, suddenly there is during the alignment there is one temple or a mosque or anything, some religious places or some historical places. So directly I can't go and change the alignment. For that reason what I have to do, I have to go like this, right? So what is this here? Some radius with some angle. How to set that angle? By using the theodolite only. And next, building is there, okay, with reference to some point, corner of a building, you will be fixing up all the what, your columns. For that reason we required these things. Okay, all you are supposed to use these things, right? Next, traverse. It's a very important topic, traverse. All you have already studied in a compass surveying event. Now where we see these types of traverse, closed traverse and open traverse. Suppose if you are able to survey an area, suppose some colony, okay, in that colony all the connected roads will be there, so you have to go through the main connected line and interiors to be surveyed. That is a closed traverse. Now when we go for an open traverse, when you are going to survey along the side of your canal, where canal starting point ending point will not what, close each other, will not start, and starting point and ending point will not be at the same point. Am I right? Whereas a road can be connected with the starting and ending point, means one main highway may connected at the two particular points at different places, but it is a closed loop. Okay, so that is the reason closed traverse is in case of colonies or any eye-cut survey like that, whereas open traverse is when you are going to do the survey along your canal alignment. And as I said you, stages of conducting the traverse. What are the stages? Reconnaissance survey is most important. Don't blindly go for the site directly and choose the stations appropriately as the field work starts. First you have to go for the reconnaissance survey. We have to choose the provisions where the instrument can be kept. If I keep here, how much area is going to cover? Suppose this is very important topic in your general future also. No, this is an area, so I have to choose the points in such way that these are the main points. Means if I keep the instrument here, how much area I can cover? How much area I can cover if I keep the instrument here? Like that you have to choose. Okay. Now what is the importance of choosing these control points earlier and doing the survey is, by choosing the survey, by doing this one, if you remember the principles of surveying, always work from whole to part. That principle works here very perfectly. Now see here, suppose if in an instrument I have performed, I have chosen this station and I completed this unit. If I choose this one, I have completed this one. Likewise, if there is any problem at particular station, I can redo the survey at that particular area only. Okay. If an error has occurred, if at all, if I am not chosen like this, okay, means what happens, if I started here and I have gone tentatively like this, and from here how much area I have covered, that I am taking. Next I have shifted the instrument. In between, if at an error occurs, you have to resurvey the complete area. But in this case, it is not so. What is the reason? We have already fixed the control points. What do you mean by control points? From this station, the area which is covered, that is responsible from this. Means this area, whatever error may occur, that is responsible by this station only. Means you can re-perform the survey up to this area only. That is the main advantage of doing the selecting the control points. And methods of traverse we have seen. Direct methods, that is angles, anti-clockwise direction you will be doing the traverse. Closed traverse means you will be getting what? Included angles. And clockwise direction, if you are doing the surveying, means what? Excluded angles. And deflection angles will be performed in what? In your this one, open traverse, right? Now we'll see some of the quiz questions. Vertical angle is a angle between top and bottom of an object, middle and top of an object, angle between two objects. Mostly what happens? First one, as I said you, angle between top and bottom of an object. Okay. Next, don't forget to choose this. Next, what is an angle of elevation? Angle below the telescope line, above the horizontal line, angle below the horizontal line. So mostly angle above the horizontal line is the angle of elevation. Angle of depression, angle below the telescope line, angle below the horizontal line, angle below the horizontal line. Okay. Why I am not choosing telescope line? Because telescope is movable in upward and direction, but horizontal line is what? Vernier C and vernier D zero line. That is the important thing you have to keep in mind, right? Next, first and last point of a closed traverse, same. Means they meet, they never meet, they meet at middle, none of them, they meet definitely. Closed traverse. Okay. Next, first and last point of the open traverse, they never meet. They never meet. Okay. Next, when a closed traverse runs in anti-clockwise direction, the included angles obtained are included angles only. Actually the question should be the angles obtained are included angles. Okay, and the frequently asked questions may be: explain angle of elevation, angle of depression, explain the measurement of vertical angle, setting out of an angle on a ground using the theodolite, explain traverse. What do you mean by closed traverse and open traverse? Stages in conducting the traverse, methods of traverse by included angle method, by direct angle method. Okay, so these are the some of the frequently asked questions. I hope you understood my complete video lecture series of this theodolite surveying. So in the further classes we'll try to go in different things. We'll go latitudes and departures even. Next it's a very continuous process. Okay, please try to watch in a regular pattern of my all videos, so that it is a chain system. Actually, without knowing what is a theodolite instrument, if you directly watch this video, no one can understand. That is the reason you try to learn the lecture series from the starting itself. From the starting itself means starting of a theodolite. Recently I have started from on 17th. So 17th, 18th, 19th and today is 20. So this is our fourth video on theodolite surveying. You try to start from 17th so that it will be very easy. Okay, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe our channel for more videos.